Morning. It's Saturday, March 13th. And I'm here to tell you that Joe Biden pulled a Trump. You all know about Trump's declaration when he was inaugurated. That was the largest inauguration in history. The biggest crowd. And of course, we all know how Trump carried on about the election and how he claimed there was so much fraud and they went to court 60 times and didn't win a case. Well, Joe Biden pulled something like that this week. Now, he prides himself on talking straight about the pandemic and about how well things are going. Well, the other day, Joe Biden wrongly claimed that the U.S. had vaccinated a record 2.9 million people last Saturday. And his special advisor on the pandemic proceeded to exaggerate the share of older Americans who have been fully immunized. So are we looking at a trend of the people that we trust, that none of them can get their stories straight, that they deliberately tell us falsehoods? Or are we living in a lifetime where people don't check the facts themselves? They take what they've been given for granted and believe that it's true. So Biden said on Saturday, we hit a record 2.9 million vaccinations in one day in America. And his special advisor, Andy Slavitt, on the virus task force, said, on Saturday we set an all-time single-day record, nearly 3 million Americans vaccinated, a pace seen nowhere else in the world. And that's the way he led the briefing off to a group of people. Well, the facts were exaggerated. I would say almost monumentally exaggerated. The matter is that claim is way, way, way off base. The centers, the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, reported that 2.9 million doses were recorded Saturday, but the total comes from multiple days of vaccination. So that means that's a week's worth of vaccinations or something. So I don't know how the CDC could report they were recorded. Now I see it all. The key word in that sentence is recorded. They recorded them on Saturday. They didn't vaccinate them. It was a whole week's worth of vaccinations, but they were recorded on Saturday. So that key word makes liars out of Joe Biden and Slavitt, but it also indicates a lack of paying attention to the facts. And we know that we have lived through 4 years of someone not paying attention to the facts. But Biden screwed up, and Slavitt screwed up. And the real number was 1.56 million doses were administered on Saturday, not 2.9 million. And the 1.5 is far, far away from the one-day record, because on February 26th, we administered 2.8 million doses. So in reality, the vaccinations that took place on Saturday are just about Joe Biden's average daily output. And then, of course, Slavitt goes on to make another pronouncement, and the man should learn to keep his mouth shut until he has all his facts straight. He claims we are protecting the most vulnerable. Our core duty as a nation is to protect those people. When we came to office, only 8% of the people over 65 were vaccinated. Today, 60% of them are vaccinated. And according to the new CDC guidance, vaccinated parents can now visit and hug their grandchildren, in most circumstances without even wearing a mask. Well, he's wrong. He is wrong. He's counting people who have received only their first dose. he's counting them as able to mingle. And that's not right. You are not vaccinated till you get 2 doses, unless you're lucky enough to get Johnson & Johnson. So the public health officials stress only fully vaccinated people can safely be around each other, and low-risk people without the distancing and masking recommended for the population at large. So you gotta have a double dose, schmuck, before you run around telling people they can all gather. And the CDC also said that only 61% of the people over 64 have received at least 1 dose. But only 31% of those people are fully vaccinated. So this is critical information that you're giving out, and you're not paying fucking attention. If you were working for me, you wouldn't be working for me much longer. We cannot afford to have people giving out the wrong information in a critical situation like this. This is a blight on the Biden administration. And somebody has to tighten this thing up. Somebody has to pay more attention to what's going on. Understand the numbers. Understand what you're being told before you shoot your mouth off. It's not necessary to make claims that are bad and wrong. What is necessary is to tell the people the truth. The real, absolute truth. And for my money, the Biden administration has screwed up badly with this misguidance that they have loudly proclaimed. So just for the record, just so that everybody knows what's going on, Pfizer and Moderna require 2 shots before you're fully vaccinated. The Johnson & Johnson only requires 1 shot. So if you've been vaccinated by Pfizer or Moderna 1 time, you're not vaccinated. You're about a quarter of the way home. And people should understand that. I am fully vaccinated. I know my wife is fully vaccinated. My son will be fully vaccinated this weekend. But I'm still wearing a mask when I go places. I don't care if people think they're fully vaccinated. And maybe they are, maybe they're not. But I'm still wearing my mask. And that's all I have to say today. And it's a shame that we continue to have to watch what our elected officials tell us, because it's getting so you can't trust anybody. So have a great day, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye.